streaming, so I had to. Well, nice. Newly famous. Well, no, that's I put up 2 today that got like 100, so 3rd most recent. It was a great run at the top. Yeah, I mean, I knew it was just gonna be random anomaly for some reason. It wasn't gonna be continuing for the rest, but yeah, it was nice to see him famous for 12 hours, 24 hours. Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, we got plenty of decent follows on TikTok, but I'm just like, I guess, sad that 29,000 views can't translate to one person taking the extra step to like, oh, let me go check out his Twitch page or something like that and get a follow. Like, I didn't get any follows out of it, like on my Twitch, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, it's still nice. Were you frozen? Cool. Just go. Just fucking do the audio. I say it. Yeah. So you're frozen. I was moving, but you were frozen. Well, I mean, personally, I thought it was one of my worst ones. I just kind of threw it out there. Yeah, I just kind of threw it out there because I got to Monday back from a week off. Let me just get something out there. I mean, that was funny when it happened, but I was like, ah, we'll see what happens with this one. And I don't know. Just adding more to it. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. So, getting ready for the next phase. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one just because, like, I mean, WandaVision obviously was great, but going into it, you just had no idea what it was going to be about. So I was like, we'll see what happens. Whereas this one, if you're looking for, your buddy cop action packed series, this is going to have it. Looks like plenty of action about to go down. So whereas WandaVision was good, just solid story, this could be a good story, but with a shit ton more action. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, yeah, they're pretty funny. Hmm. Yeah, Falcon has a bunch of just flying scenes that look I better than anything they've done in any of the movies so far, so hopefully, I mean, hopefully they didn't just spend all the money on the previews and then, like, in the actual show it's terrible, but yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good, and, obviously, the dynamic of, like, is Sam actually gonna be the new Captain America? Does Bucky eventually get it? Like, who's gonna be wielding the shield? That's some good questions people are gonna want to see some answers to. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's using it too much. Looks like he's still training, and then he'll save it for like an epic end or something like that. It is. It is. Hmm. Yeah. The purple. Yep. Hmm. And there's obviously like there's like a little group of people who look like they have some form of super soldier serum, run around causing crime. So be interested to see kind of what their dynamic is in all this. Mm. Have that me. Let me just turn that up. Hello, me there. Yep. All right. It's on Twitch here myself. Uh, yeah. What? What you are? Yeah. Just meant to say yeah there, but you didn't. Yeah. So yeah, you're not coming through it all right now. This is my show now. Twitch.tv/Technique. Follow TikTok Technique. Instagram Technique TV. I own this. No, you're not coming through at all. Like, there's no way to. Yeah, there's. I don't know. Fucking yell into your mic right now. Yeah, nothing. Did it at least go into Hindenburg? I guess is my question.
There we go. That should do it.
Yep.
I have it set up for recording, and I always forget that there's the tracks. I'm set up so you can record different tracks, but then I always forget to change it back when we go to stream. I'm an idiot. That's, one would think, hey, I do this kind of regularly. I should know what I'm doing, but folks, I'll give you a little hint. I have no idea what I'm doing.
We're back.
Yeah. Fuck, man. All right. Well, we were talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Zemo looks good. More comic book accurate setup. He's probably not the only big bad, and a group of people who look like they have some sort of super soldier serum potentially. So that's a quick little catch up in a nutshell. And yeah, that's it. Now that we got all of our technical issues getting straightened out, and we get a little dumb banter out of the way, we'll have it going for when we're actually talking about video games, which is kind of, bread and butter what we do. So, hey, yay.
Always that's what matters.
I know, right? All right, well, we'll just jump right in. I mean, so famous people.
Speaking of idiots.
Yeah, speaking of fucking idiots.
Speaking of being dumb.
Famous people. And namely, famous people that decide they want to stream. And namely, athletes that decide, namely Myers Leonard, basically. So if anyone's unfamiliar with Myers Leonard, which I can imagine some people probably don't know who he is. He's a pretty famous basketball player. Top 5 when he was drafted, or top 3? Like, he was up there, right?
I mean, yeah, but he rides pine.
He was supposed to be really good when he was drafted out of college. He was drafted at the top of his draft class. He was projected to be a fantastic player. That has not panned out so much for him in the NBA. Yeah. He's still getting paid. Most NBA players, even if they're riding the pine, they do get paid. That's the one kind of difference between the NBA versus any other league, is there's so much money thrown around in the NBA. Either way, it's cushy life, getting paid tons of money to ride the bench, not do anything, essentially. All he's got to do is go to practice. Make sure he doesn't slip up and say, some racial slur while he's streaming. And he couldn't even do that. I mean, I find it so funny.
Racial slur, the correct term, is an anti-Semitic.
Yes. Okay. So
accurate.
And anti-Semitic slur. And as I saw this happen and I was looking into it a little bit more, Lance had a video up.
Oh God,
Lance with 2 L's.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, dude, he's hilarious. But anyways, go check out his YouTube channel. He was just talking about it, and he was like, man, something happens when people hit the start streaming button. They just like lose all sense of like right and wrong, and they just turn into these.
Don't say it. Says it.
Yeah, they just turn into these giant idiots. And I'm like, it's so true, because it's like, you've been in the spotlight for how long? Like
Yeah,
60 to 70% of his life, and 90% of his adult life, he has been in the spotlight, whether it's in college basketball because he was such he was such a talent, he was a high pick, and then obviously into the NBA, and he's kept it under wraps, or he hasn't had any issues doing anything then. And it's not even like he wanted to start streaming to like play with his buddies and stream. No, rather, it's not like he wanted to start streaming and playing with famous people. He was just streaming with some of his buddies, like friends. So like, I don't really get the motivation behind it. It's like, just play the video games with your friends instead of stream it with your friend. Like, I don't know. Like, I get wanting to like expand your brand, make some more money, have a new revenue stream by just jumping into the deep end and reaching out to some famous people and being like, hey, you're famous, I'm famous, let's play some games. Like that makes more sense. But he just jumped on to like play with some friends. And it's like that, like I've joked about streaming hour sessions of Call of Duty with my friends on the weekends. And don't get me wrong, we don't say anything bad. But we just, it wouldn't be, it's just too vulgar, like just too much swearing. Like I just wouldn't want to stream it because like there's just way too much swearing. And for like, I've seen some streamers swear a lot, but we swear a lot. So like, it's just, I just don't get how they, whatever. It's a little rant, but like he just jumps on, presses go live, and let's an anti-Semitic term slip out.
Think about that. It's like he's lived a life where you need to watch what you say for how long, and he should know better. I don't really know where he even started in streaming, or like I know he's like plays with Symphony, and he was playing with TP when he said that. So he's migrated. If he did just start with just his friend, he's migrated into.
I mean, he was a part of
some of the top echelon people. So I don't even know like where he came from or how he all of a sudden started. But this whole situation is just one of those ones that rubs me the wrong way. Because like kudos to you for putting in the hours to grind to get to the top of your career basketball wise, but then for like small streamers like me, getting that platform, you're shooing to just take your audience and you can start streaming, and you can have just hundreds and hundreds of viewers, instant partnership, and all this stuff on Twitch, which is like the dream goal for me. And he can just walk into it because he did so good outside, like building his platform, and then he just pisses it all away, or is just he's just a complete idiot with it because he hasn't been through the trials and fires of streaming hours on end. I don't know. It just makes me mad. Like you get this easy in to be a partner, and then you just completely fuck up in the biggest dumb way.
I mean, not even just partner. You part of FaZe. You had sponsorships, Origin, Scuff, Astro. And he's off. He cut from FaZe. He lost all his partnerships. He's banned from Twitch, and they threw him a $550,000 fine in the NBA.
Suspended for a week also.
Suspended for a week, but that might not be the only thing that's coming his way. And it's just if he would have lost, and he may still, it's yet to be unseen, but if he would have lost everything, like his career in the NBA as well, it's like you threw everything away to play some video games on your off time, and you couldn't even keep like the prejudice and the racial and the anti-Semitic stuff from slipping out the little amount of time that you spend streaming.
You could see in his head, like the clip, he's just like thinking of something terrible to say. You can see his brain just churning for something bad. I'm like, you're just like kind of like, no, and then and it's like, oh my god, you did.
And like, let's be honest, like if you've been in a Warzone lobby, because he was playing Warzone, if you've been in a Warzone lobby and you kill somebody, even if you get, you come up on someone perfect, yada. I mean, there are so many racial slurs and homophobic slurs thrown out at people. I mean, it's just like people just can't handle dying. And so, and it's like, and we always laugh because it's like, that's what you that's what you go to. Like that's, you get killed in a video game and that's what you're going to say. And he was that case. Like you said, you just saw the evil
shot at, and you can't
you just see the gears, like the gears of hate turning in his head. Yeah. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, are you kidding me? But, so that I mean, it's in the retrospective things, it's a pretty big deal, obviously. But it just blows me away. Someone who spent so long in the spotlight in his adult life just can't keep a lid on it. And he goes away and he throws away. Because obviously his NBA career is not really doing that great. So if he wanted to fall back on streaming, I mean, he threw that away. So I mean, it is what it is. But good. I mean, it's good on them. It's good on Twitch.
Twitch ban's permanent. I assume they'll lift it at some point in time.
We'll see. But I mean, all his partners and shit like that, getting cut from FaZe, like good on them. Good, that's what they should do.
It lost a bunch of money with 3 big sponsorships, like I said, Origin Scuff and Astro, and good on all of them to do it instantly. Especially because I think like he wasn't just signed to FaZe for the hell of it. I'm pretty sure he's invested in FaZe. Like he
might be
part owner of it. So that's kind of like you cut. I don't know if he's still investing, obviously, anymore or whatnot. But it's just good that like they know that he has money with them. They're still like, nah.
Yeah.
You're good, dude.
So that was big dumb on him. So but good on everyone and all the actions that people have taken since. So I definitely applaud everyone else. So I mean, the only thing in the NBA, obviously, $50,000 fines, kind of a slap on the wrist for them. But it's something else may still happen. I mean, but we'll see.
Start.
So the title of our stream is PS5, I'm the fastest now. The reason for that being, well, one, it's kind of cool. It goes with the Captain Phillips, I'm the captain now meme. If I could add like memes to a title, I would, but we can't. But also, it's because it is, technically speaking, as of 4 months in to its release or whatever it's been. I think it's been about 4 months. It is the fastest selling console in U.S. history in total dollars sold. So, not necessarily fastest unit sales, fastest dollar sales. Yeah. Which, and this is sort of tongue in cheek, and I'm sort of holding my breath because I made the prediction that the Series S would be the best selling console. Because the Series S is cheaper, the Series S may have sold more actual units, but because it doesn't sell for as much money, that's why I couldn't. So, I'm just trying to save my take on that particular.
I'll also say I kind of assist in your take maybe. With the shortage, people were getting their hands on where the fuck they could. Like, Kyle and I were only going to buy just a console and that's it. But we ended up getting a bundle. So that our normal console is just like $500. We ended up getting like a $750 bundle because they're going like hotcakes. So like when I was able to get something in my car, I'm like, fuck it, I'm buying. I don't give a shit. I want it. So some people who might not usually spend that much money on a console just gobbled up because they're going so fast. So that obviously
that could inflate the prices too.
In how much money was spent on consoles.
And then the other thing with this, so that was a little me trying to save face with my take. But the other, I would say, not more concerning, but kind of a more telling factor is the fact that and actually you just sort of maybe corrected for the next part was that the fact that the Xbox Series X is $100 more expensive than the PS5, and the PS5 is still the fastest selling, solely based on US dollars. So that just shows, they're probably selling at a rate of 2 to 1, if not more, compared to the Series X. And it's funny and it's sort of hypocritical to me because the reason the PS5 is where it is, well, games are one from the PS4 generation, but two, people made the jump to PS4 because the specs on paper were better than the Xbox One. So it was at the initial launch, a vast majority of people you'd see it. Like I remember back in that phase of the console war, everyone's like, well, the PS4 is more powerful on paper, so that's why I'm going to get it. And it was solely based on that because none of the games had really exploded at that point. And it just it goes to show, and to be honest, Xbox One, their marketing at the beginning was horrible. Like the route that they were taking with it, what they were trying to do with it, make it the whole like center of the house console, and like that definitely fucked them in the ass. You know, that was a bad route, and they backed off that quick, but it wasn't quick enough. And then the fact that they just didn't have many good games, and it wasn't quite as powerful. So there's a lot of things that went into play, you know, but it just shows that yes, the power on paper got them to jump to the PS4, but the games have gotten them to stick.
Because they backed it up.
Yeah, because the power on paper is on the Xbox Series X's side this time around, but they haven't had any like killer games, Xbox exclusive games to dethrone or to de-incentivize people from sticking with PS5. And that's obviously shown in the data. You know, people are digging the games, and people are going to PS5 and staying with PS5 because of the games. So yeah, it's
I mean, the writing's been on the wall for ever since the PS4. Like you said, the games were just so insanely good that you knew everyone was sticking with the PS5 just because they wanted to continue playing these games. So
it's just crazy that one bad launch at this point, I wouldn't say crippled, but one bad launch has effectively damaged Xbox for the last 8 years, if not, if not more. We'll see how long it lasts.
I mean, I remember when the advertising for the 2 was just like, the Xbox was just so focused on having it be this every machine, like, oh, you can run your TV into it, so you can have your TV popped up and your game popped up, and this
has to have a Connect at all times. And you were like, what?
The PlayStation's like, here's our console.
Yeah.
It plays games well. Thanks. And as a gamer, it's like, I want that. I want to play games well. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Earth-shattering idea.
But I'm not surprised by that at all.
No, but the next thing that Microsoft, or the most recent thing, not the next thing because they've already done it, most recent thing that Microsoft has done, I think will definitely help them. Not now, not right at this moment, but
help them claw their way out.
I think it'll help them in the future, probably in the near future, if not definitely the long-term future. They just bought Bethesda for $7.5 billion.
So, we've mentioned it before in a past episode. It finally it's been finalized. It went through and everything.
And that includes all their subsidiary, like all their like studios under the Bethesda umbrella. And so it's huge. I mean, right off the bat.
So look at these games.
I would say,
Fallout, Elder Scrolls.
And that's that's
some heavy hitters right there.
And that's just to name a few, obviously. And that right off the bat makes the Xbox Games Pass that much more. It truly lives up to the title of best deal in gaming, because all of those games, all of Bethesda's catalog is going onto Xbox Games Pass.
So that's really nice.
I mean, like, you can't beat that. I would get an Xbox just for that alone. You buy an Xbox and you pay $14 a month, and you have all of these games to play. Like,
I mean, even that's, to me, it's nice.
And you don't have to have physical copies.
It's all games that I've played already, though.
Well, but if you're new, you have
a million good titles, but it's just like those 4 or 5 just mind-blowing titles that Sony has. I'm just like, I'm still gonna stick with you guys because you got what I need. You got what I want.
Yeah.
But yes, for new people, if I was like getting into gaming, I probably would recommend Xbox and Game Pass, because you're gonna get instant access to some of the best games that are out there,
and it's gonna
have been out there for a while.
Yeah, and so it's such a good deal. But then you jump into some of the other things. So some of the more minutia, I guess, if you will, of the deal itself. With the deal, Bethesda being a parent company of a lot of other studios as well, Microsoft now has 23 first-party game studios compared to PlayStation's 13. Obviously, so far in this previous generation, currently, it's definitely quality over quantity. PS5 PS4, PlayStation in general has had the better quality studios, better quality games. They've produced better games, objectively better games overall. But Bethesda's a big one. Bethesda's a big deal. I mean, they make great games. And so, 23 as of now, obviously in the past generation, they didn't have 23 studios creating first party exclusive games. Now they will. So yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction.
I mean, it is, but it all hinges on the fact that, like, are they making certain big titles
exactly
Xbox exclusives? Is Elder Scrolls 6 only going to be on the Xbox?
Yeah.
Is Doom only going to be on the Xbox? Is what was the one we looked at? Fallout only going to be on the Xbox? Like, a lot of this, it's nice, it's good.
Starfield, Project Starfield or whatever.
Yep.
Is that going to be Xbox exclusive? So they have shed a little bit of light on it in the sense that games that Bethesda up to this point that are in development that will be releasing, that they've promised multi-platform support, they will keep that promise. They will, things like Deathloop, Elder Scrolls Online, those games will, games that have yet to come out will come out cross-platform, multi-platform. Elder Scrolls Online is going to continue to be supported the way it's been. And so that's good to hear. But then, you get into, what about Elder Scrolls 6?
Even if it is only on the Xbox, I'm just going to buy it on my
PC. Yeah. Yes, that is true. But yeah, I mean, that is they have said, since the deal was closed, that there will be exclusive only, Xbox/PC exclusive only titles. We don't have a sense of how many and what they are.
Sure, there's going to be something, but yeah, it's just it all comes down to what is it?
Yeah,
what are these exclusive? What will they be?
And if they pull the trigger and they make Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive, and it's good, and if they pull, they make Project Starfield, or whatever, I think it's Starfield. If that becomes Xbox exclusive, those are they've got the ammo in the quiver at this point.
I feel like
Fallout, if they can redeem Fallout, make it Xbox exclusive, because 4 was pretty good. 76 was crap. I saw an article recently that a Fallout 76 developer said they think that they did more wrong than right in the Fallout 76 launch, and he was just like, I think there were more problems than properly working parts of Fallout 76, I think. And it was basically just like a collective, the community as a collective being you think? Like,
well, and also, like, I saw an article that Anthem has stopped.
Yeah.
Like, they canned Anthem. Like, that's not being worked on anymore or whatnot. But I mean,
and they canned the sequel too. They were going to work on a sequel, but I heard, I heard that was, I think that was in the plan from the minute that the game launched. It was basically like Destiny 2 was a foregone conclusion. I think it was a similar situation, but from what I've heard, I think they've shelved. I don't know if they've canned it completely, but I think they've shelved development of Anthem 2. So
I think with this whole Bethesda, I feel like it'd be kind of a dick move to take a game that people already know and have known for a while. So let's say Elder Scrolls. It's been on all consoles for, this will be the 6th one. So 5 of them have been on all consoles. It'd be kind of a dick move to take a game like that and make it exclusive. I think the play here is you need to come up with something brand spanking new and be like, yep, this is Xbox only. That's how you start the road.
For the games that are in the pipeline, the games that are in the pipeline that we sort of know about but don't have any any actual details on. Those, I definitely think you're right. I mean, plus Microsoft now owning the Bethesda, all of Bethesda's revenue is Microsoft's revenue. Why would you hamstring a game that is so universally in demand like Elder Scrolls 6? Like, literally everyone in the gaming world is like, give us Elder Scrolls 6 now. And so it would make no sense for them to make that an Xbox/PC exclusive, because then you'd be cutting out all of the millions of consoles that the PS4, probably depending on when it comes out, but PS4, PS5, and then look at Skyrim. Skyrim's been ported to every console known to man, and it's been re-released. So it's like they're not gonna skip out on all that revenue, especially if
I don't
6
think
can be
so.
as good as Skyrim.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's when I first heard of Bethesda. That's like the first thing I was worried about. I was like, oh, what about Elder Scrolls? But I don't think at all that they're gonna make it an Xbox exclusive. But even backing up to what I said before, even if it is, I'm getting on my PC anyways. But
Yeah.
I think they're gonna definitely make Elder Scrolls available and everything, just because it's gonna just hammer. It's gonna do so good.
Hopefully, yeah. We hope. I'm hoping for sure. But yeah, I mean, so that's, you know, I wouldn't say the dust has settled yet on the console. You know, we obviously we hit on the new consoles when they came out a lot. You know, up to the release. We talked about them since the release. You know, it's been 4 months or so. It's been pretty quiet in the sense that there hasn't been a ton out there, but it's just because there's been such a shortage. You know, it's PS5. You know, they didn't foresee the issues. They didn't realize there were going to be such problems. But yeah, it's impossible still. And from what I read, the shortages aren't going to get any better anytime soon. So it's sort of a more subdued launch. I think just because getting your hands on the thing is so damn hard on both tough. PlayStation and Xbox. So, but I mean, there's good data out there still. I mean, obviously, like I said, the PlayStation selling fastest in the US history, fastest selling console in US history is pretty cool. And then obviously Microsoft making a big splash, picking up Bethesda. That is also really noteworthy in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's a huge grab, huge get.
Because I mean, you're looking at it and it was like, to me, it's like some of the big, like I don't count EA and like Activision and shit like that because they're big studios, but they generally make crap. But like BioWare and Bethesda are like the two other big studios that are just massive studios that always make good stuff. BioWare slipped a little bit more recently, you know, like in my opinion, but I think Bethesda's always been right up there. And it's, you know, so that's a huge win. That's a huge win for Microsoft. And definitely going to help them in the future in this generation for sure. And hopefully it'll help them kind of compete, you know, go toe to toe with some of these banger PS5 games that are going to be coming out.
Say they're gonna have to, like, if they have like a hope of kind of turning the tide for the next console, you gotta drop something huge on this current one to try to combat what PS5 is going to bring out, because we know what PS5 is going to bring out. They're going to bring out some Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Can't even think of any other ones. That's
God
all
of
that's on
War.
my mind right now. God of War, yep. We know that some heavy hitters are well in the pipeline for PS5, so you got to combat with that.
Yeah, for sure. Something that's turned into a heavy hitter that I don't even think the developers, the guys that started it, thought it would turn into a heavy hitter is Valheim. So we talked about it the last episode. We just started playing it. We've been playing more. Well, mostly me. But Matt jumped on last night. Yeah, we've been expanding our homestead, and no, it's a blast. It's been a lot of fun. But it's crazy, man. 5 million copies sold in a month. You know, it's been top of Steam's list, like most played list for like 5 weeks, going on 6 weeks. It's crazy. It's hit really well. It's been super successful. And people are loving it. I mean, it's a ton of fun. And just like we talked about, I think last episode, most of the people credit its approachability. Like, it's a survival game, but it's not hitting you over the head with like, oh, every 15 minutes you need to make sure you eat, or like, oh, you're going to die if you're out in the open for too long. So like, it's a very approachable survival game. There's survival aspects to it, and it's all exploration, new enemies, and making sure your armor and all your weapons are up to snuff, and you can't just wander into some higher ranked location and hope to survive, because you'll get your cheeks clapped. But
And they hold your hand a little bit too. It's like,
yeah,
if you pick up a new material, it lets you know, hey, you've unlocked a bunch of new things you can build. You
yeah,
go to your workbench, it shows you like what you can build there, and then it shows you what you need to build a smelter or a furnace so you can build these bronze future upgrades. It pushes you along. It doesn't just kind of drop you in and tell you to figure the fuck out. It kind of pulls you along a little bit, which is really nice. I like it.
yeah,
Some games we played, we're just like, well, I don't know how to make this. How do you do that? I don't know. But this
yeah.
one kind of guides you a little bit.
And it's super addicting too, because like I never got on the Minecraft train. And so like Minecraft,
Okay, I love the build shit in this game.
yeah, like Minecraft is like the OG building game. Like that's what people made whole YouTube careers off building in their Minecraft world.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I never got into that. And I honestly, like, the blocks are cool, but it's like you're limited what you can do.
You still have to see it all, like, with a single
Yeah.
block. Whereas at least with the houses, you can kind of like, they give you certain angles and certain pieces that you know what it's used for. And you know where it's gonna go. Where Minecraft is like, here's a block, you gotta see it all. You gotta build the slant, the wall, the this or that. Just I'm
exactly.
Saying, I can't see shit. I'm not very creative at all. So I'm
yeah.
like,
But the building is crazy fun. It was I was very ambitious at the beginning, and I was like, I want to build this massive house, and then I started building, and
half the map.
But I started building, and they have a really cool, like, mechanic of stability into the game and stuff like that. So like if you're too far away from the ground, it becomes not stable and you can't build on it. And like I got like a quarter of a quarter, so I got like an eighth of the roof done, and I had already had like 3 layers of like trestles almost on like a bridge to like hold up just that one like quarter of or eighth of a roof. So I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. So you definitely need to like it all comes down to like progressing your crafting ability, the new recipes and recipes and kind of things you can build. So yeah, I mean, it's super addicting, but they're also gonna be really active with content. So for the rest of 2021, they have 4 large content updates planned on the books. They have Hearth and Home, Cult of Wolf, Ships in the Sea, and then some new biomes, Mistlands being like the primary one that people are talking about. So like Hearth and Home are obviously focusing on building, expanding objects that you can build, and yeah, obviously house related stuff. Cult of Wolf seems more like a content, like a enemies and maybe a new storyline content, maybe possibly werewolves, and then Ships in the Sea. Very similar to Hearth and Home. It's going to focus on ships and the sea as a whole, new enemies, new creatures in the sea, because there's only 2 as of right now. And then obviously more ships to build. So that's kind of cool. And
epic sea battles with a kraken or something.
Well, so there's already a kraken and there's already sea serpent. Yeah. So those are the only 2 that I know of currently. So they want to add some more sea enemies potentially, and then new biomes. So there's biomes that are in the world as is now, but they're not populated with anything. There's no enemies. They want to raise the total bosses up to 9 by the end, by full release. So that would be 3 more. I think there's 6 currently.
Sounds right.
So yeah, there'd be 3 more bosses. So probably 3 more biomes with their own boss, potentially. But yeah, I mean, they're really, they're supporting it. They want to add content. They're super small studio. They're super small team. But I mean, what they're churning out's super fucking addicting.
Good to see that they have stuff planned. Some people, if they
cash in big and then they fucking can it,
Yeah, that, or they might just be like, shit, we're doing big. What do we do now? I don't know. What do we do? So it seems like they're handling all this all this exposure and blow up pretty well. So I'm looking forward to see what else they can do, because they hit a home run with a base game. So I'm hoping that they continue to add to it with these add-ons.
No, for sure. And I think what was one of the, I'm trying to think. Oh, the only downside is, like, from what I've read, is like a new when they do get around to the new biomes, like your current world won't support it, so you'd have to start a new world. But I think you can from what I've heard, you can migrate to new worlds. So you can pack your shit up and like or like a boat or something like that, and you can migrate to a new world, and then you would have all the biomes. You just have to rebuild your settlement and stuff like that.
Yeah, because like when I started like a server just on my own because I want to dick around, and like what I had in my inventory when I played with you showed up in my inventory in the new world. But there are a few. I noticed last night when we played like ores and stuff like that, there's a little icon in the top right corner that says doesn't transport. So there's a few things that if you pick up in one world and then you go and join a new one, you can't take it with you unless maybe they change that. Maybe they'll do something different. I don't know. But yeah, you can just kind of boot up in wherever you have in your pockets that is allowed to go over, will go over.
So, I mean, that's cool. That's neat to see. But then, yeah, I mean, everyone's basically starting at zero on the whole building side. But either way, there's fun. So the building's fun. Yeah, they're supporting it like crazy by the sounds of things. So hopefully it sticks on, keeps on growing, and they keep doing what they're doing. I mean, they may even add even more, after 2021. So that roadmap was just for the rest of 2021. So yeah, there may be more in general, but yeah, I don't know. It's great. Speaking it's a lot of fun.
A company that isn't supporting its game all too well.
Yes, it's a good. We build these outlines out, and then they just all fall right into. This one does for sure. How about that new Call of Duty map?
Oh, dude, I'm loving it.
Great, right?
You see downtown, so sick.
So sick.
Lumbers, dude, just great.
Yeah.
New place you should try dropping. Never heard of it before. Superstore.
Yeah.
Fucking plenty of loot, dude.
Unreal. But yeah, I mean, everything we were being fed from the COD leaking community, like, it was all certain. A nuke is going off on the 11th. And all that really happened was this little sad pack of zombies ran from the ship.
On a little school trip.
Yeah, from the ship to prison. Now, essentially creating another useless point of interest in the ship that no one's ever going to go to anymore, because why would you go there? It's in the worst part of the map. But anyways, I digress. We were hoping, that Verdansk was going to be gone on the 11th. That's not the case. From what I've seen recently, they're all changing their tone, and the new season starts on April 21st, I believe, and that's when we're hopeful the nuke event's going to happen, and we're seeing the new map and yada yada yada.
I mean, I feel like they're just going to keep riding the nuke train until it actually happens.
I know.
See, you do it towards the 25th time, man.
Well, so there's a screen somewhere
for their 1 year.
I am too.
I expected big content,
and it lined up so perfectly. That's why they must have been being fed that. I mean, maybe there was someone on the inside of Activision feeding them that info, or Raven Software. But I mean, their 1 year anniversary, and they did jack shit. Like, they've done as much in 1 year as Fortnite does in one season. I'm
glad you brought that up. I watched Tim got on Fortnite, and there's a new season that dropped today, and they had a whole just big cinematic, playable cinematic, just massive map changes, just all this shit going down in one season. And in one entire year of COD, you got the subway,
the best selling,
a train, and a boat. That's what we got.
Yeah. And the best selling, not even just COD, the hottest game of the year, the best selling BR of all time, the best Call of Duty, best selling, most money making game or Call of Duty game of all time. And yeah, all they can add in is a couple trains. They opened up stadium. They took away one of the trains again. They put a boat crashed on the map, and then some pack of zombies. At least the zombies, if it was moving from, obviously there's no people in Verdansk, so I don't know how they would do it, but if they were gonna move from the boat to prison, I would hope that the horde would be getting bigger, but I mean, it's still only 40. You still only have to kill 40 zombies at prison. So
Dude, I haven't seen.
I don't know if that's more.
I haven't seen a singular zombie in Warzone. I don't go there.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You have to go there and activate the thing.
It's just I'm not gonna spend my time to go to the worst area. Prison is the worst because it's just one big structure. and then if you leave it, it's just open lands
Everywhere.
of nothingness. So I'm not gonna go to prison because I don't want to rotate out from there. It's the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. So it's yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough scene right now. They haven't done shit, like
I don't
in
know
their
if
year.
maybe we just got spoiled. I know like Courage and like Tim, they said something about this like a few days ago. Like maybe we just got spoiled with seeing what Fortnite has done. Like Fortnite is just the king shit of doing new content, just new stuff. They're like the top tier, and maybe we just got spoiled with seeing them just knock out of the park, and we expect too much out of everyone else. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, sure, but like
You got the money to make it.
you get the
happen.
money, but and as the development studio, as the people calling the shots, you should be looking at it and be like, all right, maybe it's not feasible for us to hit the pace and the clip that Fortnite is hitting with their content updates, but like, but for us, because our game's different, the engine's different, the work to go into adding that content is different. I wholly understand that, but like, I would assume that they would have looked at it and been like, okay, so what's realistic for us? Like, what's realistic for our game, for our engine, for what we can build? What's the quickest that we can put out content, like significant content, not just like, hey, here's a new skin.
Like, if they asked themselves that question, the best they got out of it was a subway, train, and a boat. I want to know who's running that studio, and they should probably be fired.
Because it's like they had to have done more. Like, and that's the thing, we say this, but then everyone points out like, oh, well, they're still relevant. You're still talking about them. And you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I guess you're right. Like they're still making
about them until something comes out, until
the Halo BR comes out and slaps COD in the face with its dick. Like,
or even it could have been something we could have put onto. I know EA halted, they told a team that's working on some game, I can't remember what it was, but they like halted production on some kind of big game to focus stuff elsewhere. So I think they're focusing all their attention onto Battlefield. Is it Battlefield?
Yeah, Battlefield 6.
Battlefield 6 and their possible, I assume, BR that they're going to do.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that'll be interesting to see.
There's hope on the horizon. Not that I want COD gone. Like, not that I want Warzone gone. They just they're
to be humbled. They need to be humbled.
Exactly. They're much like Fortnite was.
Yes, exactly.
When Fortnite thought that their shit didn't stink, and they thought they could do anything in the world and everyone would just eat it up.
And Warzone came out.
And then, I would say first they added the mechs and and were too reluctant to back down from that, and that destroyed most of the community's desire to play the game. But yes, and then Warzone came out, and a ton of creators jumped because the pacing's better. The fighting, in my opinion, is much better. Like, I don't like Fortnite in general because I don't like the building, and I don't like the gunplay. But yeah, so yeah, they definitely need to be humbled. And like I said, I don't want to see COD gone. Part of the thing I love about COD is the crossplay. Like, we have a friend who plays on PlayStation. I want the Halo BR more than you can imagine, but I won't be able to play with Bill because he's on PlayStation, and he's not getting an Xbox. And so
not.
So
I mean, I don't know, dude. I feel like crossplay people are seeing. I don't know how they do that. There's
Halo is Xbox. It is never going to be released unless they extract the standalone BR.
That's what I'm thinking. They just
and they put it out
because you have like Modern Warfare the game, but you can go onto the store and just download Warzone itself.
Yeah,
I'm thinking something along those lines. Maybe, I don't know, but I agree with you.
So then there's Battlefield 6, and
Did you ever play the
Firestorm? Yeah, no, I never did because I didn't have Battlefield 5.
True, you had to have the actual game.
Yeah, like we played.
VR to get, was it?
No, I don't think so. Like, we played a lot of Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
And Battlefield
1 is good.
Battlefield's fun. Battlefield is fun. I played a ton of Battlefield 4. Like, I love Battlefield. It takes a lot to get used to the guns, and the skill is very different.
Very different gameplay.
But
I got a feeling maybe, I mean, Call of Duty Blackout, the BR walked so Warzone could run. Maybe their Fire Force, whatever it's called, walked so
Fire Force.
Fire Force.
That's an anime, bud.
Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Let me get my devil feet going on here.
Yeah.
Maybe Fire Strike. What did I call it before?
Firestorm. I think it was Firestorm. Yeah.
Maybe Firestorm walked so Battlefield 6 BR can run. That's my hope. My thought.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice. I would like a change because then you could decide what you wanted to play. You want to play some Battlefield, you want to play some Warzone. Like, let's just put it this way. The other night, I lost a gunfight with a fully kitted FFAR to a green floor loot XM4 within 10 meters. Like, that is FFAR heaven.
Yeah.
And this kid beat me. Like, there's just so many oddities with the game, with the netcode, with the server tick rate, with desync, with hit registration, with the lack of content, with fucking cheaters. Like, there's been so many.
They Ravensoft tweeted today that there's another wave going out of bans.
But
yay, maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would hope so. I mean, because this was also part of it. I mean, recently, there's been so many with TikTok and there's COD creator communities on all different platforms now, and they all obviously create different types of content, and I've seen so many interviews with a hacker type TikToks recently. I watched one.
People like interview hackers.
Yeah, they get hacked on, and then they invite them to a lobby, and they're like, "Hey, man, can we talk here?" And one guy was like, "Yeah, fuck it, sure, we'll talk." And he was actually he actually worked for the hack company, like whatever company does the hacks, he worked for him. And so this whole, the interview was like a 6-part TikTok series. I mean, so it's like 6 minutes long. And basically, like, some of the craziest things that I pulled out that kind of got out of that was like, some people some people pay $300 a month. Fucking $300 a month. For hacks.
Of a non-life do you have that you spend that much money just to be good at a video game? Like just go do something else in life, or just try to get better. There's no shot I'm ever spending that much money on.
There's no shot I'm spending that much money on pretty much anything. Say
if you put a $300 monthly subscription in front of me, I will kick you in the dick and walk out.
I barely want to pay that much money for my cell phone. Like, you know what I mean? And I use that every day. Like, why would I pay $300 a month to have hacks?
Thank you I had a TikTok idea that I couldn't fucking remember, and now this jogged my memory. 1 second. I gotta type this down.
We're just brainstorming. We're throwing shit against the wall, and it's sticking. So that was.
Well, no, my funny. It's gonna be funny. It's like I'm gonna make things like, people pay third-party companies for hacks. Can I pay third-party companies for an anti-cheat?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so people paying $300 a month for hacks for COD is unreal. And he was also saying that about 40% of, and this is estimation, obviously, I think it was about 40%. He's claiming about 40% of the lobbies have cheaters. Lobby? Every single lobby have some sort of cheater. He said there's on the orders of a couple million like hackers at any one time, like playing.
Wowzers.
So it's and these are people, not necessarily out ruining games. So there's a difference between rage hackers who are out there actively aimbotting with with total disregard for being noticed, and then there's people who are soft hacking, who are
just walls and
very subdued wall hacks, just so they know where people are, and they still obviously they
try to fight.
They know where people are, but they don't have an instant advantage when you actually get into a gunfight because they don't have aimbots. So it's crazy. About 40% of people, in the lobbies are hacking. He did claim that, and he said he couldn't obviously he wasn't going to disclose any names and yada yada yada, but because he works for the hack company, he made it sound like he was higher up, I guess. He did claim that there are a couple of the top tier like Warzone content creators, streamers that are using hacks, and he also said that there were a decent amount of mid-level content creators that were hacking as well.
That's a big fucking claim. If
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
true.
he claims it because he works for the company. They see all the info when it comes in, like,
And
cause
they obviously
you
know who's
know,
buying it.
yep. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, and there's been,
I would love to find out who
I
those
would too,
people are.
yeah,
I'd
but
be really interested just to see their career just fucking die. There's no coming back from that. Like that's what
yeah,
people get.
it would be great. And then what was and he we talked about it like 3 episodes ago, maybe, where Rara on YouTube claimed that he had knowledge that there was someone inside
Yeah.
Activision selling hacks or selling code
Or the code.
to the
Yeah.
hack company. And this guy, in this particular interview with a cheater that I saw on TikTok, claimed that was true. So, so yeah, I mean,
And yeah, you said the guy who made that claim for the YouTube, or he's got pretty good sources, so
yeah,
claim he's pretty close to hitting home. So
yep. So I mean, it's like, it's how do you develop an anti-cheat when your source code's been given away? Like, can you change the source code without creating a new game? Like,
so you can't make an anti-cheat when someone inside your own organization is screwing you over.
yeah. So I don't know. So I just thought that was crazy. I mean, because
That's insane to think about. 40% big name people using cheats. I mean, knock on wood, throw salt, whatever. I feel like we haven't seen anything too egregious in a while. So
we haven't. No.
that's good. But as soon as I say that, I feel
Yeah.
like I'll probably see something bad for the next month.
Yeah. But it's crazy. I mean, and there's so many people on TikTok, on Twitch, that are just doing it without care. Like, there's the people obviously trying to hide it, which is what obviously this person's probably talking. He's talking about those people who are the mid-level and the higher creators. They're obviously trying to hide it because they don't want their career to go. But the people that are actually just like in the title of their stream will be like, hacking on Warzone fools, yada yada yada, and Twitch, like, it takes Twitch weeks, months potentially to even do anything and like take them down. But at the same time, some justice was served recently. The actress that plays Mora, that was the model for Mora in Call of Duty. Mara, yeah. Mara. She was playing, and she decided to host this girl who was playing, and she was playing with her husband, and she hosted him. And then she's like kind of watching him. Obviously this is after the host, because you don't see it on stream. But like, you don't see Alex Zedra is her name. She's the one that plays Mara. You don't see her, but obviously she must have been watching or whatever. But like, it's pretty clear that the husband and the wife, that they were cheating. And so she hosted them. She reached out to Twitch and she's like, "Hey, I just hosted these guys. The only reason I found out is because I hosted them, but they're definitely cheating." And both their accounts got suspended. So the guy definitely follower botted. He went from like 0 to 44,000 followers in like 2 weeks or something like that.
So we're doing like
they doing everything.
Game hacks and stream.
Yeah,
hacks too, huh?
they doing everything, man.
Is using like just Warzone hacks, is that like a bannable offense?
I believe so.
To Twitch, is it?
Yeah, because I think in like their terms of services, like, you're not going to cheat in, like, you're not going to. I think there's some reference to cheating in game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I was just thinking, because like obviously if they found out they're follow botting, that's grounds for getting banned or suspended. I just didn't know if like using hacks was or not. But I mean,
I believe so.
I hope it was. I would hope it was. I would assume so too.
Yeah, but
hey, well, good on Twitch for fucking swinging hammer real quick and not. But yeah, we'll look into it and just take months and months and months to do anything about it.
Yep. So, but either way, Warzone's. Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's in a tough place. It's just dry. It's just stale. It's stale. Yes. It's dry. It's infuriating at times. Like, we're back to having like an incredibly overpowered weapon in the AUG. Like, the FAR is overpowered at close range, but like it is very limited once you get out of that kind of medium range. And so I'm like, I'm okay with that. but the AUG is just melt machine,
Yeah, the worst kind of guns in COD is something that just beams at distance.
Yeah.
Like
And
up
so,
close and personal guns that are OP, you can deal with it because you gotta get in their faces, but just to get blasted from 500 meters away
yeah.
by a gun is so frustrating.
So, I mean, it's just stale. It's in a stale state. There's the classic kind of pull your hair out, like bugs and like I said, all that net code, the tick rate, the server tick rate, the dev errors, man.
Tim and all these streamers are getting dev errors.
They fixed one, but they never fixed the other.
Yeah.
And then I got a random crash without even a dev error the other night too. So like stim glitches apparently are back.
Just
I saw that today.
Though, that like I feel like I've been getting dev errors since like season 2 of like before, and like no, you don't really see any news about it. But then when big streamers get dev errors, let's fix that real quick. Like
So there's a lot. I wouldn't even say wrong. There's just a lot of unfinished isn't the right word. There's just a lot of issues, I guess. And wrong's not the right word because it's not wrong with it. Just
in the burning house.
Yeah, there's exactly.
Going on
there's just
right
there's
Ravensoft.
There's a lot of issues, and like there's a TikTok guy who works for Activision who's like putting out all these videos, like just like responding to the most common like critiques or the most common questions, and and one of them was like, oh, take away SBMM, and he was like, oh, so you want lobbies full of Nick Mercs, and that's what would happen if you remove SBMM. And one of the comments was like, no, I don't. I want a lobby with one Nick Mercs, not a lobby full of Nick Mercs like I have now.
That comment makes no fucking sense. If SBM is taken out, I think you're
gonna get Nick Mercs all the time. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like,
you get a more mixed bag opposed to constant sweats.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's in a spot. I guess that's all I can say, really. It's in a spot. It's boring.
Definitely in a state.
It needs an infusion of material for sure. I can't believe it's been a year and they've done as little as they've done. Yada yada yada. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but hopefully April 21st, I think, is when it is the new season. Hopefully that's when the map gets nuked. The Verdance goes away. I don't necessarily want to see it go away completely, but yes, and we need a change. The new map.
At this point in time, I don't need a new map, but I need a big change to the map.
Yeah. The new map is apparently 250 players. So there's that too, which I'm sure will just make the game run so great, and the netcode and the hit registration and the desync won't be a problem at all.
That'll be good.
So we'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition. We'll see where the zombies go from here. And
just walk back onto the boat.
I know. All right, we gotta go. This place sucks. Even the zombies don't want to be here, man. Why do you think we want to be here?
There's too much salt here. We gotta get out of here.
Exactly, man. We tried to run around, but we're just drowning in sweat.
We tried to eat some people, but everyone's wearing
slipped right off them. The rose skin.
The rose skin, so I
couldn't see them. I had no idea where they were. Fucking A. Yeah, but. So that covers it, man. That covers everything we wanted to talk about tonight. Lots of stuff going on, some good stuff, some bad stuff, some scratch your head stuff for sure. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed for anyone watching the streams, you enjoyed the streams. For everyone listening to the podcast itself, hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. If you did, think about giving us a rating and a review on podchaser.com. If you're into it, not required at all. Not that I could require you to do anything anyways. I'm just some voice in your ears. But yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, it would definitely help the show out, help us out. It would be much appreciated. If not, hey, just being here and hanging out is good enough as well. If you like what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and you think somebody else that might like it, let them know. Pass along the info, give the gift of us to people, and follow us on social media. All of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are the big ones. It's all W_key_podcast. The YouTube as well. You could find us WKey Podcast. I'm kind of shifting more to short content, the shorts, much like TikTok, but on YouTube. YouTube's trying, and if they do it right, we'll probably knock TikTok off a peg or two. I don't think they'll take them away completely, but if they can get the shorts thing down correctly, they'll probably have a pretty good product. So yeah, we've been doing some shorts. You can follow me on TikTok, Jay Frosty. I think it's just Frosty, either or. I'm trying to put out some content, some gaming content, obviously some funny moments, things like that, crazy things that happen in Warzone. And then Matt, why don't you hit him with your social media, and we'll get the hell out of here.
Let's see your main stuff. We got the twitch.tv/Technique. We got Technique TV on Instagram, and straight up also just Technique on TikTok. So check them out.
Check them out, bud. As I'll reiterate, because we were silenced in the beginning, our viral superstar co-host Matt, aka Technique, with 29,000 views on TikTok. So get over there and get a
29. Went up a little bit. 0.3 was 0.2.
Oh, baby.
Today, so that's another 100 today.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed the show, the episode, all the content that came, all the news and the banter and yada yada yada. We'll be doing it again in 2 weeks, so set your calendars. 2 weeks from yesterday is when we'll be on this grind again. Until then, check out our socials for some content in what we're doing, some of the games we're playing, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy. Always remember, you can't spell win without W.